What's up guys, Lux here bringing you a new video, and today we're going to be taking a look at set 21115, the first night. This set comes with 408 pieces and retailed originally for $40. And I was fortunate enough to find it at a good deal on eBay, so now we have it here in front of us. And yeah, it's a really nice looking set. It's quite sizable, surprisingly, even though it's just one house. But the whole terrain and elevation gives it a bit more room to work with. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Let me open the set up and show you guys the finished set. Alright guys, and we are back. So I built up the finished set and now let's take a look at it. So first we're going to start off with the minifigures. First off here we have the Creeper. Now this Creeper is nothing too special. It's the one we've been getting for a while now, since the beginning. Similar to the Steve, which we'll get into in a second. But it's not bad to get multiples of these. These are mobs you can build up and have an army of, pretty much. It's not like they only come in one pair. Very unique group, unlike Steve's and Alex's, where you typically only see one. But yeah, I mean, more of these don't hurt. I think the Creeper fits here, since this is the first night. This is probably your first experience. Next fig. Next up here is Steve. Now this Steve, again, nothing special. Like I said previously, it's the very default Steve that we've been getting forever, pretty much, in most sets. The only real difference here is that he comes with a wood axe and a wood sword, which makes sense. It's the first night. I mean, typically I would have more. But this Steve, it's never bad to make wood tools just to keep yourself with some bit of defense, especially against that Creeper. So yeah, this is Steve. Nothing too special, but moving on. Last but not least, here we have a pig, and this pig was actually found in the pen. So Steve is probably getting started on a pig farm, which is fairly advanced, to be honest, this early in the game, but he knows what he's doing. He knows how to get food. And this pig is a regular pig build we've been seeing forever now. Again, all these figures and things we've been seeing for a while now. But taking a look back, this was, like, I don't want to say revolutionary, but very new at the time and definitely exciting. But yeah, here we have a Minecraft pig. Again, you can build these up to a mass amount if you really wanted to. You can't find a multitude of them in games, so never bad to get more. Okay, now let's move on to the build. Alright. So we're going to start from the left, then we're going to move to the right, then we're going to go to the top, then we're going to go inside, and I'll try to make this as easy for everyone to follow, because I know I spoke too fast here. But over here, just a little bit of grass structure, not too much to look at. There's a flower, a red flower right there. What will be a rose at the time. At least I hope so. Then moving to the right, you can see obviously there's a little wood pillar made from a fence. At least that's the closest block that I would imagine it being. This one right here. Nice little pillar to give a little bit of detail. Speaking of detail, there's some windows there. The house seems to be made out of cobblestone, maybe even some cookstone in there. We have a wood door, very typical. Behind Steve, you can see a torch there, so yeah, he knows what he's doing. He found some coal already. And over here we can see the pig farm that he's been making. Here you can see the doors open. This would be the fence gate. And closed for Steve to have easy access. And for the pig not to get out. I say carpet would be better if you put it on the corner here. But you know what? His first day, I can't ask too much of him. Over here we see more flowers and a little bit more of a grass layout over here. So that's really neat. A lot of room for Steve to work with here. Now, as I said, let us move on to the top. And up here we can see that Steve probably just added or dug inside a mountain, something like that, because it is a grass roof right here with some dirt as a foundation, and obviously there's a tree growing up top, so either he planted it there or it was already there to begin with. Similar with this flower, so it's pretty stylistically unique for sure. Not necessarily a dirt house, which most Minecraft players would know you typically have in a first day, or at least for those who aren't experienced. But yeah, pretty nice roof. I like the little detail with the agriculture there. I'm sure it wasn't his choice, it was already there to begin with, but really nice detail on the Lego designer's part. Now let us move on to the inside of the house. Now the inside of the house is where things get really nice. As you can see in the front part where the door is located, you can see a torch next to the door. Obviously keep the house lit, prevent mobs from spawning. We can also see a crafting table as well as a chest, and inside the chest you can actually see that he has a piece of bread. So not only did he capture a pig, but he started or found some wheat that he could convert into bread, so that's neat. You can't expect too much from him in the first day or first night. So moving right along over here to the right, you can see an item frame holding up a pickaxe. At least I assume that's what it is, because that's the only item in the game that can hold up items on the wall. As well as a little table over here made out of fence and probably a half slab, or maybe even pressure plate. But that's nice little counter for himself. Here we have some planks with, I would assume, some stone pressure plates on top of them. to give that little detail, as well as the old furnace, which I'm not a big fan of now. Looking at the new ones, like with the printed bottom side where it's lit or unlit, this one uses translucent red and yellow studs to give up that it's on phase of a furnace, but I don't really like how that looks. Here we can also see a flower pot with a flower inside, a red one at that, and a lot more windows inside as well. So he definitely got busy cooking up some sand. Speaking of, looks like that's what his ground is made out of, or his floor I mean. So that's neat. Again, very neat feature of this set is that this building can open and close really easily. Not to mention that the roof can detach just as easily. Let me give you a look at the back of the house. It's all closed, all concealed. Very nice. Very good looking. And there's enough variety of the gray blocks that they use here to make it look really good as well. The roof also detaches, which is another feature of the set. Let me try to give you a decent look at this. You can see that I can detach the roof and pretty much move it wherever I want. You can have the roof open if you really wish to, or just slide it back really easily in its place, and it's not difficult to do either. It stays on top as long as you don't move it around all over the place. But if you're just using it in a flat surface, or at least not a very wobbly surface, then it should stay on 100% of the time, especially when it's closed. There's no way it's going to get off. That is pretty much it. Not too much to look at in this set. It's pretty much all inside the house, all the neat little details that you can find. The rest is just grass or elevation layout. The little tree up top is a nice addition to, it's not your typical roof, and it's quite environmentally friendly, so that's neat. And the figures aren't bad. Again, this was from the first wave of Minecraft sets, so it's a pretty good set, to be honest, for the first wave, at least the houses. And you can't expect them to have like incredible minifigures at that time. These in themselves would be considered incredible back then, but yeah, not too much to complain about this set. Pretty good. But anyways, guys, if you enjoyed, you know what to do. Expect me to show off more sets from the haul that I had recently, which I'll link at the end of this video, or at least in the description below. And again, if you enjoy, you know what to do. Goodbye.